This week I played Away! Journey to the Unexpected. So this is like a cute little dungeon crawler type game. It's really interesting. They've got this like fairly okay art style for like the surroundings and like the items and whatnot. But they've got this like really cool idea for the enemies or all the characters and stuff like that. They're all 2D and they kind of follow you around and stuff like that. It's like really interesting, and like the art style is amazing. I think the game looks really good. And the idea is you're a little kid with a stick and you're just running around beating up all the bad guys because this evil construction company have got something to do with your parents' disappearance or something. I mean, there isn't like a whole lot of story there for sure, but it's a really interesting game. You pick up these little like companion cube type things and use them to recruit like just people out and about. You can talk to them and you can get them to be your friend, and they can follow you around, and they have like loads of abilities and stuff. Like there was a drunk tree was one of the characters, an old crazy guy with the chickens who turned out to be a wizard. So yeah, it's like a tentacle guy as well. I'm really glad I played it. It's not normally the type of game I would kind of play, and this is why I do this, to be honest with you, to try out new games that I wouldn't normally play. And it kind of exposes you to this new, new area of gameplay. This is like what I did with XCOM, which turned out to be one of my favorite games of all time. So yeah, I mean, it's one of those games where you kind of have to just kind of experience. If you like dungeon crawlers, then I highly recommend picking it up. It's actually like quite cheap. It's $13.50 here. But it has like super bad ratings from Steam. It's only got 22 reviews at the moment, which is a bit strange. Probably because it has so many bad reviews, and I think it's a bit unfair really, because it doesn't deserve the 38%. And looking through some of these these dislikes they've got here, one of them's given them a dislike, even though they've got 14 hours on record, saying the game is too short. I don't understand. He somehow managed to play through the game 3 times and still thinks it's not worth. I don't understand that kind of way of thinking. I mean, if you play through the game 3 times and you spent 15 hours on it, then surely it's a good game, right? I mean, surely you've got your money's worth. If not, then stop fucking playing it. And also, like, most people complaining that the achievements aren't working. I mean, that is super kind of, that's terrible, really. I mean, like, for you to like dislike bomb a game because of things as trivial as achievements, wow. I mean, there was a couple of bugs I noticed when I was playing it. Nothing game breaking, mainly just kind of like menu select, like graphical issues and stuff like that. Like I say, nothing game breaking, so like I wasn't too fussed about that. As for gameplay itself, when I was playing it, there was mainly just the stick attack, and you could throw bombs, and then you could get this like special abilities, or like I guess if you was to compare it to another game, it would be like magical abilities or something like that. You can get those from various companions you meet out in the world. Managed to kind of like blast through it, and the way it kind of plays is if you die, you have to restart the game, but you get to keep things like your money and experience and any abilities and stuff like that you've picked up through leveling up through the game. So it's quite an interesting concept, and you collect stars as you're going through, and I think you collect stars for making friends, and then you can use those stars to like unlock other areas of the game, which is quite interesting. So that obviously the more times you repeat it, the more areas will be accessible to you. So game kind of encourages you to die, to be honest with you, and kind of take risks and whatnot. Yeah, you get health back by like defeating enemies or like looting chests, and you've only got like 6 hit points, really, 3 hearts to make it through. So it can be like a bit hairline, like from time to time, trying to make it through, especially with some of the enemies have quite a lot of health. But yeah, like overall, I played it for a couple of hours and I super enjoyed it. So that is one of the ones I recommend. It's cheap, it's cutesy. I love the art style. They have like a whole anime sequence. Like when you boot up the game, it's like really well animated, like something you'd expect to see on like Netflix or something like that. So like the amount of effort they put into it, I like top dollar. Like I'm super happy. Well, I would be super happy putting down like a few quid on this, like no problem. And it's definitely going to be one of the games where I go back to and play it from time to time, and like check it out and see how far I can get and whatnot. But yeah, it's not a lot to talk about, really. Away, Journey to the Unexpected. It is quite unexpected, kind of funny from time to time. I like some of the dialogue options, like a a drunk tree threatening to punch a child. That's always funny. but anyway, yeah, thanks for watching. Nice and short. And yeah, catch you next time, guys. Awkward end to the video. Bye.